Good evening. I'm Robin Roberts, president of the Washington Media Scholars Foundation, and I would like to welcome you to the 12th year of the Washington Media Scholars Foundation Networking Reception, presented by, for the second year, Katz Media Group. Although we cannot be together in the same venue this year, we're grateful that we can be together virtually. We are already making plans for an in-person event next year, so stay tuned for information throughout the year. Before we hear from our students, and once again, this is another outstanding class, my job tonight is to give a quick update on the program and to try to say thank you for the support of the many sponsors of the Media Scholars Program for the past 12 years. For those who may be new, we are a 501c3 organization that has two components: the Media Case Competition, and this is what brought each student here this evening, and the Media Fellows Program, which provides scholarships to undergraduate students interested in the public policy, advertising, and communications industry. Because of the generous support of our sponsors, we will again be able to award scholarships to at least 50 more students this calendar year. During the first 12 years, we have directly supported approximately 600 students with scholarships, trips to Washington, and with career opportunities. One of the most valuable aspects of the program is that we serve as a clearinghouse and connect students with media companies for internships and job opportunities. On behalf of students over the past 12 years, I say thank you to each person for what you have done to contribute to the success of this program. I would like to give a very special thanks again to our presenting sponsor of tonight's event, Katz Media Group. A big thanks to Leo McCourtney and all the folks at Katz Media for your generous contribution. I would also like to thank our premier sponsors this year, Gray Television, Bob Smith and Mike Jones, Tegna Premion, Dave Luigi, Paul Trelstad, and Tom Cox, and Resonate, Gary Sherwood. Thanks also to our networking lead sponsor, Nexstar, our presidential sponsors, Beasley Media Group, CBS television stations, Cox Media Group and Cox Reps, GMMB, and the Wall Street Journal. Thank you so very much to these companies for your continued financial commitment. Also, a big thank you to our founding partners for your support. This group has been the foundation from which we have been able to grow the program year after year. We certainly would not be here without you. Thank you. And thanks to everyone who made individual contributions and those who opened the doors of their businesses this week and allowed the students to visit virtually. It certainly has been a week these students will never forget. And thank you to so many who volunteered your time to help make this a great night for these students. There are two people I would like to recognize who have worked tirelessly over the past year: Ben Engel of National Media and Andrea Koslow, our Executive Director of the Foundation. Thank you both for all of your efforts to make this week a big success. I also want to recognize our friends from media agencies and buying firms from both sides of the aisle. You have been most generous with your time and financial support, and for that, we are extremely grateful. Also, a big thanks to our team at National Media for all of the work you do throughout the year. We have many Media Scholar alums who give back to the program each year, so thanks to this outstanding group as well. Lastly, I want to recognize and thank our friends from academia who support the Media Scholars Program by encouraging their students to participate. You play an integral part in the success of all of these students and our program, and for that, we thank you. And now it gives me great pleasure to present an award to a person who has supported the Media Scholars Program since the beginning, not only financially, but with his dedication, wise counsel, and guidance over these many years. Regardless of the need, he is always willing to do whatever is asked. After a very successful career leading Nexstar, retirement is in his immediate future. I don't think he'll be a stranger to the media industry and the Media Scholars Program, and I certainly hope not. Please join me as we present the inaugural Excellence in Leadership Award to a most outstanding friend of the Media Scholars Program, Tim Bush. Tim, I've got some hardware coming to you, my friend. Congratulations, and look forward to seeing you on your next trip to Washington.
Thanks, Robin. Appreciate that. And that is outstanding. Congratulations to this year's Scholar finalists. Thank you to the judges, those who put this event together, and fellow sponsors. Through your support, the Media Scholars continues in its pursuit of supporting tomorrow's leaders. I'm proud to have worked amongst the ranks of wonderfully gifted executives who take the time to be a part of this great foundation. Fundamental to nearly my 4 decades as a broadcaster has been to support the next generation of executives who we will entrust the future of this great industry. In the ranks of nearly 13,000 employees at Nexstar, we have proudly hired numerous leaders who embrace the business of reporting, of writing, promoting, selling, producing, ensuring our technical support. They have brought new vision, evolution, and helped make Nexstar what it is today. Through our professional and personal relationship, we have been able to align our mission with Robin's vision. And through his establishment of the Washington Media Scholars Program, Nexstar Media Group has proudly supported this dynamic and exclusive program from its inception, which has given the opportunity for college students to gain firsthand knowledge of the public policy advertising field. Some of the brightest future leaders have been challenged to think differently in the new world order, and because of the Scholars Foundation, over $1 million in scholarships and support have been provided to more than 500 students. I'm humbled to be the recipient of this inaugural Excellence in Leadership Award. I've never been a fan of singular recognition, so this is truly recognition of many wonderful coworkers and executives who have allowed me the opportunity to do what I've loved to do. Together as a team, we expanded the dimensions of our own capabilities, achieved great successes, and to this day continue to learn and grow with the fundamental pursuit of excellence. Finally, we owe a sincere debt of gratitude to Robin. Without him, none of us would be here today in support of the Scholars Program. You are a genuinely good, selfless man, Robin. You're a wonderful example of the marriage between success, giving back, and you have such a humble good nature. Thank you for all you do for our business and for the establishment of this exclusive foundation that so wildly has been successful. And thank you for a lasting personal touch to so many lives. Good selling, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you live in 2022. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Tim, and congratulations once again. We move on now to another award honoring someone special to the entire Media Scholars community. In 2017, Mia Guyan, a recent graduate of Iowa State University, was announced as one of the 2 winners of that year's Media Case competition. Tragically, we lost Mia a year later. During my last conversation with Mia, I said, remember, once a media scholar, always a media scholar. So to keep our promise, this is the 3rd year we will honor her memory with an award to a participant in the Media Scholars Program who best represents her unique qualities: professionalism, preparation, participation, and presentation that made Mia so special. Mia was a bright, caring, compassionate student with a promising future ahead of her. We are blessed that she chose to participate in our program, and we're better because of it. The best way we can honor her memory going forward is to continue to nurture and grow the Media Scholars Program that she enjoyed participating in so much. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Mia's professor and mentor, Jay Newell, said on many occasions that of all of Mia's outstanding qualities, her presentation skills were extraordinary. This year, we have an unusual situation in which we were unable to choose between 2 students for this award. So we have made the decision to award the Mia Guyan Scholarship to both teammates from Union University. And now it is my honor to present the 2021 Washington Media Scholars Foundation Mia Guyan Award and a $2,500 scholarship each to Leah Bustler and Danielle Popson.
Hi, everybody. My name is Leah Bustler, and I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity, and to the Guyan family. It is an honor to truly receive this award.
I absolutely echo that. And I also want to thank both Leah and my parents who put us in speech and debate together, which is where we first met, and definitely learned some of the communication skills that we have today.
Congratulations again, ladies. Before we move over to Andrea Coslow in the 817 studio, I'd like to send our best wishes to Mia's parents, Camille and Ed Guyan, as well as her sisters, Hannah and Haley. You're always in our thoughts, and we appreciate you being forever a part of the Media Scholars community. And now I'd like to kick it over to our 817 Slater studio to Andrea Koslow.
Thank you, Robin. Every year, Washington Media Scholars Foundation receives hundreds of scholarship applications from students from colleges and universities across the country, large and small, public and private. Their majors run the gamut, from advertising and strategic communication to marketing, business, journalism, political science, and government. These are students seeking degrees and ultimately careers where media and policy intersect. Over the past year, we've received more student applications to our programs due to the COVID-19 crisis. Students like Omar at the University of San Francisco, who lost his part-time job as a bartender. This was a job that helped him pay for school. Then he tragically lost his father to the virus. Or Demetra Carter was at Baylor University. She was a walk-on student athlete whose mom was recovering from cancer. Her father lost his job at the same time, all due to COVID closures. She had a one-year sports scholarship that had expired. I'll share another student story. Kevin, wonderful student, had a part-time job working as a character at a theme park. When he told me that, I asked him, of course, what character he played at Sesame Place in Philadelphia. And the 6'5" Temple University junior said to me shyly, Big Bird. So Kevin, his parents' small businesses suffered losses through the pandemic, and without the support of Washington Media Scholars Foundation, he wouldn't have stayed on track to graduate. There are so many moving student stories like this. I could go on, but I won't because we want to get to the main event. Allow me to briefly share a bit about the Foundation's programs, Media Fellows and Media Scholars. These are the programs that help students like Omar, Grace, Kevin, and Demetra. So our needs-based scholarship program is called Media Fellows. It requires students to write an essay depicting their financial need, their academic goals, and their career aspirations. Of our programs, Media Fellows awards the greatest number of scholarships to the largest number of students, but it's the lesser known of our two programs. To be considered, applicants submit their essay, a resume, and also participate in a phone interview. At our last Media Fellows deadline, we received 2 times the number of applications than we had in the previous year. Many of you tonight are quite familiar with our media plan case competition. We call it Media Scholars for short. It's a national multi-round competition where undergraduate teams of 2 spend months crafting a media plan to earn their shot at $18,500 in scholarships, as well as the opportunity to network with media executives from the country's top companies. This is our merit-based scholarship program that results in scholarships, connections, and ultimately jobs. So to our sponsors and everyone who has given, or those who haven't yet and plan to give this year, I want to say thank you. The need is real, and your generosity is, and will continue to be truly sustaining for these students. Research tells us that students that drop out rarely return to school. Because of you, many students in an incredibly challenging year were able to stay in school and will enter the field of media, one day becoming our future leaders. Thank you. So now I'd like to introduce Ben Engel, who's with me here in the studio. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Andrea. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having me here tonight. It's a wonderful night. It's been a great day and a great week with these media scholars. Congratulations, students. You've done terrific work to get here, and we're so glad to celebrate with you this evening. I am Ben Engel. I'm a 12-year volunteer for the Media Scholars Organization, and I was the lead case writer this year. Actually, I've been involved, Andrea, you know this, you've heard me say this, but I've been involved with Media Scholars since a day many years ago when Robin Roberts walked into my office, like he does frequently, and said, "Hey, Ben, you got a minute? I've got an idea." Well, as Andrea well knows, and many of you out there probably know, a minute with Robin isn't actually a minute. But it's turned into probably the 12-year highlight of my professional career, and that is being part of this foundation. It's just been a rewarding experience from the beginning to tonight, and this has been a great year. And that's something that we haven't been able to say a lot over the last 18 months. But really, for the Media Scholars Foundation, it's been a great year. And a lot of that is thanks to our sponsors out there tonight. Thanks to every single one of you who has given time, who's given money, who's given your talents and your energy to this program. It wouldn't have happened without you. It's been said
For sure.
tonight, but we can't say it enough. This wouldn't be possible without the professors that encourage their students, without the families that support them, and without you, media scholars, without you for taking a chance and engaging with this program. So thank you all. Now, Andrea has talked tonight about the Media Fellows program and heard the need-based stories about some of these students. But what I want to talk to you about tonight is the Media Scholars Competition. And this is the really the foundation of the program that started many years ago. Thanks to my colleague, Will Feltus, who kind of was the brainchild of the original case.
Thank you, Will.
But what happens is in the fall, there's a qualifying round, and we have a short case narrative. Actually, this past fall, Will was very generous and wrote it for me because work responsibilities got in the way. But I appreciate Will stepping in and writing it this year. But what we do is we ask the students to respond to a short case narrative that allows us to engage them and to find out how fluent they are in the media terms that we use on a regular basis, GRPs, impressions, whatever else that is important to our industry. And that way we're able to narrow the field at the end of January to what we call the semifinal group. And at the semifinal round, that's when the students are introduced to the full case narrative, which this year required, and it does every year, hours and hours of work. To hear the students' stories about the time they put into it is just quite remarkable, and realizes how much time I wasted when I was in college. but it's truly remarkable to see what these young students do. But this year's case, Andrea, was centered in Rogersville, fictitious Rogersville, which is modeled off of a town that many people know, Boston. And in Rogersville, there's a company called the New England Tidal Power Company. I called it NetPIC for short, NETPC, but I learned today from the students who teach me things every year that NetPC is what they called it, and that's a way better name than the one I was using in my mind's eye. But what the NetPC had to do is they were building a tidal power facility on the beach, and they wanted to build brand awareness and favorability so that should they run into any problems in the future, environmental or political or whatever it may be, that they had enough goodwill built up in the community that they could survive any problems that they faced. So we were running a brand awareness campaign and a favorability campaign in Rogersville. The students were given a $2.5 million budget. They had 7 months to choose how to flight the schedule, however they wanted. We allowed them to use any media option that they chose. And we provided them loads and loads. You know how much? Loads of data from Scarborough, and then turn them loose. And then after they produced their semifinal cases, they submitted to us, and we narrowed the field down to tonight's group of finalists. Now, something that Andrea and I enjoy about the program, and we have kind of a unique perspective here, is that we get to watch these students and engage with them from the time that they submit their first inquiry to the Media Scholars Foundation. So we get to watch them grow, which is pretty exciting. And it's pretty cool just to see how they grow throughout the process.
Yeah,
these young students, they embrace opportunity that's given to them. The Washington Media Scholars Foundation isn't a well-known entity, at least not yet, Robin. We're working on it, but it's not a well-known entity. So it takes a little bit of courage to engage this program. They face the challenges that are presented to them. They're doing this on top of whatever schoolwork they have to do, on top of whatever jobs they have, or whatever else they have to do in their personal lives. So this is essentially an extracurricular and added thing they're adding to their day. And they're not afraid to fail. They try things and fail. And what we've seen specifically this week is that they're not afraid to fail, and they take chances with any opportunity given to them. So let's talk about that for a second, if we can. Do you mind?
Sure.
Let's talk about Media Scholars Week. Let's bring up the slide so that all of our folks watching can follow along with us. But what we have here, Andrea, is the week that the students just went through, and the opportunities that they had were to meet with all of the vendors that you see on your screen. Now, this year, unfortunately, it was 100% virtual, or we might say, fortunately, it was 100% virtual, because we had the opportunities to meet with and network with folks that might not otherwise would have happened if we were in person.
Exactly. I mean, we had people calling in from all over the country, from Atlanta, from New York City, from New York State, from Washington, D.C., from Philadelphia, and more. Really great group. And I mean, really fabulous companies that donated their time and talent and took time out of their day to really just encourage and nurture these students to bring them into the industry. And we're so thankful.
And what we see is the students, they soak up this opportunity and they absorb career advice. How did you get to where you are in your profession? They absorb, business expertise. what do you do? How do you do it? And how can they apply it to their cases? And we see their cases change throughout the process because they're learning things every single day and they're applying it to that learning. And it's really exciting. But the one thing that I thought this year that was kind of cool that we hadn't done before and was really the result of us being virtual is the speed networking. Now, the speed networking, this I think was Andrea's brainchild.
No,
we're giving her
wasn't.
credit. We're giving her credit, and we'll have a debrief after the Media Scholars event to see what we do with this going forward. But I thought it was an absolutely amazing part of the program this year because we were able to connect the students over the course of 3 hours with 9 different industry professionals from 9 different companies and allow them to just ask questions. You know, what do you do? How did you get to where you are? What advice do you have for me? What does your industry provide to the broader advertising community that is important? Do you feel important in the role you do, or do you feel like you're making a difference? These are questions that the student asked, and it was fascinating to listen to these conversations and just really, really encouraging to hear, number one, how so many of you, my colleagues, love your jobs, and then to see the students that are excited to be part of this group in this community.
Yeah.
So-
What I also think was interesting about speed networking was that we worked with a variety of companies from every category of media. And so students really got a really well-rounded view of the media industry. And so that was really exciting to watch. Real fast, real speedy.
So after they went through their 3 days of Scholars Week, today was presentation day. And what happens on presentation day is we have a panel of industry judges that listen to the students give their 30-minute presentation the same way we would in a boardroom with a prospective client. And the judges will ask questions and the students have to be prepared. We kind of coach them up until now, and then we turn them loose. And they submit their final presentations to the judges, and then it's in the judge's hand. So we wouldn't be here today without the judges. And we're so appreciative of their time and the judging panel that included 6 of the best we have in this industry. So if you will, with me, let's bring up the judges slide so you can find out who helped us this year. We had Jeff Brown from Tegna, and just like the students, they were all remote this year. So Jeff came to us from Potomac, Maryland this morning. We had Christina Eminger from Resonate, who was in Dumfries, Virginia. We had Leo McCourtney of Katz Media Group. He was in New York. We had Tammy Frazier with us from Gray TV in Atlanta. My phonetical twin, though I like to tell him I'm alphabetically superior, Bradley Engel of Purple Strategies, who was right across the parking lot from our 817 studio here on Slater's Lane. And then my friend and my neighbor, Andrea and I have been joking about how to introduce him tonight. I've got a bunch of them, but we'll keep it short, right?
Yeah.
Danny's kids are going to be in my kid's school next year. So I told him today that I'm going to vote for him to be PTA president next year. It'll be the first time I cast a ballot for a Democrat. But Danny Jester from GMMB, we're so glad that he was able to be with us again today as our judging panel. So thank you, judges. You were terrific.
Thank you so much.
So anyway, enough about the old guard. We're all here tonight to celebrate the students and the future of our industry. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce the teams. You think
Great.
so?
Yep. Let's meet them.
You've already met this team, Team Bustler and Popson, but allow me to reintroduce them tonight. And ladies, would you mind saying something else about your experience this week?
Hi, like I said earlier, my name is Leah, and one of the things that I most enjoyed about this week was actually the speed networking. It was a lot to absorb, but it was super exciting, and I loved meeting all of the industry professionals.
Absolutely. It was such an honor to be a part of this program. And beyond just meeting people from these incredible companies, getting to learn from them, they were so kind and generous, sharing their wisdom from years of experience. It was absolutely invaluable in our careers.
Thank you so much, Team Bustler and Popson. So next up, we have Team Master Media Innovators. This is what we call a combo team. This is 2 individuals that registered for the competition and were paired later in the game. So we'd love to welcome Master Media Innovators.
Hi, everyone. I'm Yanela Spunez. I would like to personally thank the Media Scholars Foundation for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that will help further my career. My teammate, Elena, who is awesome, and my mom. I'm very, very humbled.
Yeah, hi, I'm Elena Chang, and it was such a pleasure to participate in this competition. And I wanted to say thank you to our mentors, Dr. Farman, Dr. Freeman, and Mr. Martin, who helped us tremendously in this effort.
Thank you, ladies. So glad to have you tonight. Now, Andrea, remind me, one of those team members was actually overseas when this program started, right?
That's right. So Yanellis was deployed overseas. She's a member of the military. We thank her for her service. And we're also thankful that she worked us into what I can imagine was an incredibly busy schedule.
Yeah, we're so proud of their hard work. Now, the next team we have is Team Aquarius. This team actually kicked off the competition this morning at 9 a.m. So they set the bar pretty high for everything that would come and gave the judges a lot to think about. And, you know, as we've learned tonight, the tech challenges happen sometimes. And these students had some tech challenges themselves, but they seamlessly navigated it. So ladies, go ahead and please introduce yourselves if you would.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm Julianne from Team Aquarius, and I would like to thank Nirvana mostly because this week was actually finals week for UC Irvine, so she was doing finals at the same time as the whole competition. But also, I would like to thank the sponsors and also both of you, Andrea and Ben. I really appreciate everything that I've learned.
Thanks, Julianne. Oh, and I'd like to also thank Julianne, of course, for being so supportive and helpful during this entire week. It's actually 6 a.m. in California, so every single morning we've been getting up really early, but it was such a great opportunity to get the chance to meet everybody and connect with people. And I'd like to thank the donors and everyone involved. So thank you.
Thank you both. All right, Team Aquarius. So next we have Team Cardinal and Gold. So Team Cardinal and Gold is from Iowa State University.
That's right.
Which is also where Mia Guyan and the Mia Guyan Award, Mia Guyan went there. So we have a long legacy with Iowa State University. Team Cardinal and Gold, welcome.
Hello. I would like to thank all the company representatives that came out to talk with us and network with us. And I'd also like to thank my boyfriend, Alex, for helping me and support me during this week. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. We also have Colton Boyd from Cardinal and Gold. Is Colton available? We'd love to get Colton to give a shout out.
Well, while we wait to see if we can get Colton, what folks might know about you, Andrea, is that you were a judge for the very first year of the foundation.
And the 10-year anniversary.
And the 10-year anniversary of the foundation. So tell me, what have you seen change over the course of the last 12 years?
It's a great question. Media.
Oh, yeah?
Media change. Just the media experience becoming more and more fractured on the consumer side, and really watching how these incredibly innovative companies respond and provide an experience for consumers that is, you know, what they want, when they want it, how they want it. So I would say probably media has changed the most. In terms of students, I mean, I just am continually blown away. And what I've heard from students, particularly this year, is that even though it is so much to be involved in a program like this, as well as remote school, that it's programs like this and school that have kept them going through a really difficult time and given structure in tough times. So still looking there for Colton Boyd from Cardinal and Gold. Don't know if we can get him to say hello tonight.
You know, while we're on the, well, let's go to the next team and we'll bring him up in a minute. So
we'll come back.
Thank you, Team Cardinal and Gold. So the next team we have for you tonight is Team Coastal Creations. Now, this team is one of our combo teams.
Yep.
Where these two students, I don't think they've actually ever met in person. They were paired up randomly when they made it through to the semifinal round. And they've been able to function from different time zones with different schedules and all other different challenges that are part of being a college student's life. But we're glad to have them tonight with us. Team Coastal Creations, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Well, hello everyone. My name is Rachel Witter. I'll be a senior at West Texas A&M University, and I'm just so thrilled and thankful to be here and to be part of Media Scholars Week. I was the first from my university to even apply for this competition, so to be able to make it this far, I feel so blessed and grateful for the opportunity to network and make connections with both professionals and on a personal level. So thank you everyone for your constant support and encouragement during this process.
Hi everybody, my name is Joe Motluck, and as a recent graduate from the University of South Carolina, this was an awesome experience, like Rachel said. It was really cool that we have a lot of alumni coming from the University of South Carolina participating, and I just wanted to thank all the professors for helping me and the sponsors for making it possible.
Thank you, team. All right. Next up, Team Lamar Cardinals. So Lamar Cardinals is an interesting team in that they were a combo team also, but they were from the same school. So both of these participants enrolled individually and then got paired later on down the road. They're also both MBA candidates this year. So yeah.
Their plates are full.
Yeah, no kidding. So welcome.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Garth, and I have recently graduated from Lamar University with a Bachelor of Science in Communication. I'm currently pursuing my MBA, and I want to thank the Washington Media Scholars staff and the volunteers and the sponsors for this amazing opportunity. It's been wonderful. I want to thank my partner, Nicole, as well, and Dr. Yao.
Hi, I'm Nicole Sanye, a magna cum laude graduate of Lamar University with a BS in Communications. I'll start my MBA program in the fall. Thank you to my brilliant partner, Cheryl, my parents for keeping my kids under wraps while this was going on, and my fiance for dealing with all the work.
Thank you, team.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Team Lamar. Congratulations on all your hard work. So something that we did unique this year that we haven't been able to do, but because everything was virtual, it allowed us to do this, is we invited 2 alternate teams to participate. Now, the alternate teams, they did not present today to the judges, but they did do all of the work up until now. And really until this morning, they were prepared to present should a need arise. But we're glad that they did. Team Doyle Alvarado is going to be the first one we introduce you to. We're glad that they participated because they really enriched the experience this week for everyone involved. They brought a lot of insight. They brought a lot of energy, and we're so glad that they did join us. So Team Doyle Alvarado, would you please introduce yourselves?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Richard Doyle, and I would just like to thank the Washington Media Scholar Foundation so much, its staff, its volunteers, its judges, and sponsors for making it possible. I can speak for our team when I say that me and Selena have been able to learn so much about media planning, and we met so many wonderful connections through this experience that we wouldn't have been able to if it wasn't for the foundation. And it's just been such an honor to be a part of it. So thank you so much for making it happen.
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Selena Alvarado, and I just want to say a big thank you to my parents and my family for supporting me all throughout this process and staying quiet during the Zooms.
That's funny.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Team Doyle Alvarado. Finally, we have Team Observer, another alternate team. We're thrilled to have them. They're also a combo team. 2 students, one at Barnard College and one at Columbia. Welcome, team.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shubham. I just want to take this opportunity to thank Washington Media for introducing me to a completely new set and industry. I'd never known about media planning, and now I do. So huge shout out to Andrea, to Ben, to the entire team at Washington Media, as well as all of the sponsors for taking the time, and to my teammate Eve, without whom I couldn't have done this.
I want to echo everything that Shubham said. Thank you so much to Washington Media Scholars. This has been an amazing week and an amazing experience, both networking with companies and even meeting the other media scholars. I'm so proud to be able to have been a part of this. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to Shubham, and wishing everyone the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. Really nice job this week. Do we have Colton yet? Do we have Colton to introduce? If we can, let's bring him up. But if not, we can wait another minute or two. We really do want to thank all the great teams this year. It was a terrific group. They were really strong, top to bottom, and it was one of the closest competitions we've had in the history of the program.
For sure.
So the judges had to deliberate for nearly the full hour. So I think it's time to award some hardware. Andrea, what do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So the moment that we've all been waiting for, it's time to announce the winner of the 2021 Media Case Competition and the Excellence in Media Award. To announce the runners-up, I'd like to invite a 2019 Media Scholars finalist, Ritz Agrawal from Iowa State University, to announce the runners-up team. Welcome, Ritz.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Andrea and Ben. Thank you so much for having me. It is truly an honor to be back to present the 2021 runners-up. So without further ado, the moment that we've all been waiting for. The runners-up for the 2021 Media Case Competition are Team Master Media Innovators. Yay, congratulations, both of you. This is so exciting, and it's such an outstanding achievement. Both of you should be very, very proud of yourselves. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now to present the Excellence in Media Award to our 2021 Media Case Competition winning team, I'd like to introduce my teammate from 2019, Elizabeth Balke.
Thanks so much for the introduction, Ritz. It's such an honor to be a part of the 2021 Media Scholars Award program. This case competition is so exciting to be a part of and has opened many doors for my career since being a finalist in 2019. I'm more than excited to announce this year's winners. The 2021 Excellence in Media Award winners are Colton Boyd and Lydia Weed, who make up Team Cardinal and Gold. Congratulations, you guys. You're welcome to share some words with us and about how it feels to win this award and have this experience.
Truly speechless. Thank you so much for all this. Sorry about the internet problems earlier, but just happy to be here and for the awesome opportunity.
Thank you again. This is amazing. I never knew I wanted to be interested in advertising, so it's just truly outstanding.
Awesome. Congrats again, you guys, and I'm glad you were able to join us, Colton. I'm going to go ahead and switch us back over to Ben and Andrea in the studio.
It's good to see you. Good to see you, Ritz, too.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations to the runners-up and the winners for the 2021 Media Case competition. Really great work by all the students. We're so proud of them, so proud of everyone. Now, we appreciate everyone being with us tonight and being part of it. We want to thank one more time all of our sponsors. We can't say it enough, right?
Yep.
We cannot say it enough.
Especially to Cats Media for being our presenting sponsors and all of our fantastic contributors.
Yeah, you've opened up your wallets, you've opened up your businesses, and you've given your time, and we cannot thank you enough. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you have not given this year, there's still certainly time.
For sure.
Please be part of this great program. We'd love to have you. We'd love to get you involved any way we can. So if anyone watching tonight would like to reach out to any of the students, and let me tell you, Andrea, they are hireable.
Yes.
And they will be good workers for you. So you should reach out. Please contact us at info@mediascholars.org. Or most of you should have Andrea's email address or you have mine. Reach out to us and we will make sure that you can connect with those young people.
You bet. Thank you again so much. We'll see you next year in person.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.